Hey everybody, this is MadPanda Games here, and today we're going to be tackling Lake of Voices. Now, Lake of Voices is a short little interactive visual novel thing where you try to get everyone across the lake, but you can't. Every time, someone must die, and depends on your choices. So let's get started, guys. Let's do this. Okay, choices. You'll need to make various decisions throughout Lake of Voices. Here are a few details to keep in mind. Certain choices are timed. Time running out isn't something to completely avoid. In some cases, not getting involved can open new possibilities. Other choices aren't timed. These options only determine whether Kika has any special affection for another character or not. If you survive until the second night, the story will branch into one of 5 different plot lines based on your early decisions. The other characters cannot manage all situations in the various plot lines, regardless of what you do. If a character isn't making it, try getting that plot with a different set of survivors, or having the same group of characters venture through some other storyline. Becoming closer to someone can add and/or remove future choice options and change how some scenes play out. Your decision to build that connection may not go unnoticed by the other characters. Earning the full amount of affection with certain characters can require getting into specific plot lines. Okay. So, let's do this. Okay, there it is. Let's do it. My grip on the lantern tightens as the fog around us thickens. While the forests in this area are relatively safe compared to Sinlos, I can't help but feel my hair stand on end the further we get. My free hand fingers the hilt of my sword, something akin to a nervous reflex.
Have you seen it before?
Oh, full English voice acting. Hello, Bamel. Bamel breaks the silence, either sensing my unease or assuaging his own. I hope it's the latter.
I haven't. I've had no reason to go near this cursed lake until now. What of you?
So this is us, Kika. Bamel scratches his chin casually, as though I asked what his favorite food is.
I traveled the long way around it once before. Not so pleasant. Something about it just frays your nerves. Although, even being near it is enough.
So I'm not the only one who feels it. A sense of relief hits me, but not enough to undo the buzzing of anxiety. The lake, Sinlos. Most tried their best to avoid it all their lives. The hundreds who die attempting to cross its unearthly black water, dragged to death by the creatures lurking within, aren't a secret.
No wonder you were assigned this mission.
Why are we going across the lake? There are a few who've had first-hand experience with the place, even if from a distance, who'll probably keep being picked whenever they need someone to cross, for however long he's with us. Bamel shrugs, bringing my attention back to the dark path before us.
At least we're taking the bridge this time. It'll only take 2 days instead of double that, and the sooner this place is behind us, the better.
Yeah, I don't really wanna, deal with creatures that wanna take me underneath the water and kill us.
It would be preferable not to risk it. But time is of the essence. We don't really have a choice.
Yeah, we don't really have a choice. And also, for those of you who hear that lapping sound in the background, that is my dog drinking water. I cannot stop her. I'm sorry. You just have to deal with it. One of our allied villagers, Hemmer, is being harassed by brigadiers, a band of ruffians. We don't have many guards to send as an assist, only Bamel and myself. The least we can do is arrive before we are too late to be of any use. These kinds of squabbles happen often, but have to be put down lest they turn into a blood grudge or an all-out war. The last we heard, neither option was that far off.
I can also see why they chose you to come out here.
I'd wish they hadn't. I glance at Bamel, an eyebrow raised. A slight smile plays across his lips.
You're always so calm and so serious. Nothing can get to you. You're the best choice they had.
I wish I wasn't. I don't want to go across this lake. Can we just turn around? A smile now tugs at my own lips. I would like to thank him, but that wouldn't be so calm and serious as he just described. And if that's how he sees me, I'd like to keep it that way. My lack of reaction only makes his smile grow, and he chuckles a bit before refocusing on the path. I do the same. It wouldn't be right to let my guard down in a place like this. Bamel appears to feel differently, however.
You know the town on the other side of the lake, though. It's not so similar to ours. If all goes well, perhaps we'll have enough time to enjoy the new area.
I hope we end up being alive. For the most part, I ignore him, nodding when applicable. Bamel is a talkative sort, and if chatting helps keep his worries down and his sword hand ready, I have no complaints. Oh, that looks terrifying. The art is amazing, but it's terrifying. After a time, the thick fog surrounding us begins to clear. A slick wooden dock comes into view, and with it the sounds of water gently lapping at its sides. Bamel shifts beside me, stretching his lantern arm as far as it will go. He seems tense.
Someone's already here.
Uh-oh. Oh. Hello, lady. A young woman stands by the dock, eyeing us warily. Does she intend to cross tonight? Evidently, she has the same question. As we step up next to her, it's clear she isn't simply passing by. She's waiting. The stranger nods curtly to us.
Margaret.
Oh, hello, Margaret. We didn't ask for your name, but okay.
Kika the Steadfast.
Steadfast.
Bemele. Hello?
Okay, so it's Bemele. Okay. There's a stuffy silence. Margaret turns to gaze out towards across the lake, expression unclear. With not much to say, Bemele and I do the same. Guess we're just waiting. From here, the black surface of the lake looks disarmingly calm. Wind rushes across its surface, a sound like whispering. Though perhaps it actually is whispering. I concentrate, trying to place the difference, searching for breaks in rhythm. After a few seconds, I feel foolish. No, I'm pretty sure it's probably whispering. It doesn't matter what the noise is. Whether I hear them or not, we're not alone. The Nixie are out there. A feeling that I can't quite shake tells me they've already noticed the little group of people on their shores. It feels hostile. My stomach sinks, and I instead address Bemele. This can't be
Where is the
good.
guide?
This cannot be good at all.
Unless he's on the center island, or on the complete other side, your guess is as good as mine. It's dark as pitch out there.
This cannot be good at all. Panic rises inside me. Panic I try hard to quell. Yeah, we are Kika the Steadfast. We are strong. We can't let the panic get to us.
We can't cross without him, and we need to get going soon.
You can't cross with him either.
Why? The woman behind us, Margaret, cuts in with something like a snort.
What?
Yeah, why?
I know the guide will be here tonight. I have already made arrangements with him to cross.
Bemele and I share a look. The woman seems haughty and willing to put up a fuss.
I have his word he'll take me today. It would be wiser for the two of you to begin the trip around if you're really in such a hurry. Or you can make camp here and wait for him to make the trip back if you prefer.
Girl, we are trying to save a village from death. You can wait. I don't need to turn my attention to Bemele to know he's riled up. I step in before he can say something rash.
Even if that is so, my companion and I must begin the trip tonight.
Margaret is unimpressed and opens her mouth to argue further.
We'll wait for the guide to arrive before coming to a conclusion about any of this.
Okay then. She clamps her mouth shut, then lets out a sigh.
You can do as you like.
Okay, good job, Kika. With the matter tentatively settled, Bemele moves away. His finger begins to tap loudly against the top of his hilt. He shifts from one foot to another, then groans.
What's that bastard even up to?
He might be dead. I almost visibly start, but manage to restrain myself. He probably doesn't know any better. I'm sure of that. It's not worth mentioning.
With a mouth like that, you shouldn't even have the right to ask the guide to take you across.
Good job, Margaret. Put him in his place.
How ludicrous. He's faced far worse than a bit of foul language.
He's probably dead.
Do you know anything that's happened with this lake?
Pretty sure he's dead.
I know enough.
I would like to know more. Margaret is clearly not convinced, but she shrugs and makes a show of turning her back to him.
The guide's father is Garvin the Exemplar. Garvin never accepted the guide as his son, all the way up until he died in this lake. Your statement could be seen as tasteless.
Yeah, Bemele. Bemele rubs the back of his neck, his face regretful.
My apologies to the guide. I didn't mean it that way. I never knew about his... well, that.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. A smile spreads across my face. One I quickly wipe away. He really did just misspeak. The silence slowly stretches between the three of us, growing more awkward with each passing second. Margaret seems irritated, and Bemele abashed. I can say nothing. I'm sure you are forgiven, Bemele, or you're quite informed, Margaret. Let's go, Margaret. I want to see what
It's
what
been
she
years
thinks
since
about.
the time of Garvin the Exemplar. It's impressive you knew.
Yeah. Margaret smiles, lifting her chin into the air. The over-exaggerated action is somehow pleasant, rather than belittling. She's so much happier than I had anticipated.
Yes, I do like to stay informed. And you knew too. Good. This lake shouldn't be allowed to swallow even history itself.
Okay, so we've kind of calmed her down. She probably likes us more.
My town, the one where I was born at least, was also Garvin's hometown. I was very young when he passed. The entire village went into mourning.
Okay.
People broke down crying in the streets. I'll never forget it. He meant much to everyone who knew him.
Aw.
Oh, I have no such connections. I merely read about it.
They're bonding. She pauses, seeming to scan the air in front of her for something to say.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's all right. Thank you.
Was it really our loss? My town may have taken pride in Garvin the Exemplar and what he achieved, but we weren't the ones who lost the most. That would be his family. Yeah. We each remained locked inside our own thoughts, not another word passing between us. Oh, there's the guide. Eventually, a small light appears on the bridge ahead, gently swaying through the foggy air. It gets closer and closer, until it becomes apparent it's a figure carrying a lantern. That must be the guide, although I can't shake the ghostly aura it gives off. The figure steps onto the shore, but we wait for him to approach us instead of going to meet him. None of us are sure how close to the waters we can get before it is no longer safe. Okay. Oh, hello, guide. He stops in front of us and simply stares.
Are you the guide of Sinlos?
The man nods. He has a sharp face and weary eyes.
Well, that's grand. We would like an escort across the lake.
Bamele motions to the two of us, and Margaret approaches, a strange smile on her face.
Hello, it's good to see you again. I'm ready to cross, as we've agreed upon.
The guide turns to face her as well, face remaining unchanged. It must not be a lie. He would have had to say something otherwise. She really does have preference to travel with him. That's a problem.
Is there a way we can all begin the trip tonight?
Yes, I will allow all three of you to go. But with that many, at least one will die before we reach the other side.
Oh. I furrow my brow. It's a disturbing addendum, and one offered with little emotion attached. Bamele glares back, asking without asking what we're supposed to do with such circumstances.
You should go around.
Yeah-oh. The sentence hangs in the air, the second half unspoken. If you want to live.
We
Dang.
don't have time for that. There are people counting on us for protection. Why does she need to go?
Hey, don't be mean, Bamele. He jerks a finger at Margaret, whose face contorts with anger.
I don't need to explain myself to you. My journey has already been put off once, and I was promised I could go today. I will be going under any circumstances.
That sounds dangerous. She meets Bamele's eyes with the gaze of steel. He starts to speak, and she cuts in.
An extra day or two shouldn't be that much of a problem for you. Whoever you're meeting can surely wait such a tiny amount longer. Patience is a virtue, after all.
I don't think they can wait.
The night is only so long, and if we're still on the bridges when the sun comes up, we'll all die as they sink back below the surface. If you don't decide soon, no one will be going.
Yeah-oh. The guide is dispassionate, stoic. I would almost feel something's wrong with him if I didn't share the trait myself. What to do? Bamele pulls me to the side, jaw clenched tight.
That woman isn't armed.
So? His voice is low. He darts a glance at Margaret.
We can easily get her to back off if we make this into an actual fight. After all, we have to go tonight, yes? If one of us really is to die, it'll be her. Would staying be a worse fate than her death?
Dang. I stare at the dock, refusing to meet Bamele's eyes, and try to keep my voice as level as possible.
We don't know her situation. This isn't a decision we can make for her.
Yeah, good going, Kika.
What?
I trust you. Bamele leans in closer, apparently having missed what I have said. I remove the sympathy for her in my response when I speak again.
The guide won't accept something like that, I assume.
Yeah. His face is grim.
Then what else do you have in mind?
First of all, You and I cannot split up. Either we both stay, or we both go.
Right. That's not a question.
This is not good. I cross my arms, a hand on my chin. I have full confidence in my abilities and in Bemele's, but there's no reason not to believe the guide knows exactly what he's talking about. If we go, he might not be able to give the group the attention we each deserve. That would mean we truly would be putting Margaret's life at risk on top of our own. Let's say nothing. The guide approaches Bemele and me before I have time to sort out my thoughts.
You will stay.
Okay.
What?
Okay then.
You would have already decided to come if you had the proper mindset for a journey such as this. You two will stay.
Okay.
But you don't understand.
The guide raises a hand to me, eyes cold. My words die in my throat. If he decides we aren't fit to cross, how could we persuade him otherwise?
This is bullshit! We are more than equipped to make this journey, and we know more of what it means to be in danger than most will know in all their life.
Don't be mean to the guide or else we really won't get up there.
You two will stay.
Yeah, you're only proving his point. Bemele's muscles tense, and I put a hand on his arm. He trembles slightly beneath my fingers, his hands curling themselves into fists, but he doesn't say another word. The guide turns around and heads onto the bridge. Margaret uncomfortably looks from the guide to us.
Goodbye.
Okay then. Then she steps onto the bridge after him. Bemele sighs, the anger releasing from him, as they disappear into the fog.
Farewell.
Okay then. Be safe. We reached Hemmer safely, though it took much longer than we would have liked. Much of the village had been damaged or even destroyed. It was my fault for taking so long. I did all I could to aid them in defending their town and repairing what could be salvaged. What happened? Bemele was disheartened by how little assistance we were able to provide. However, he could not deny how fortunate we were to have both made it at all, especially after we caught wind of the report given by the guide to the elders for that night. Oh, what happened? Every village close enough to Sinlos gets informed on what occurs in that lake. He does so because communities wish to be made aware if they have lost one of their own. What happened? Oh no. This time his news was the death of a young woman. The one we spoke to, Margaret, is gone. Uh-oh. I have not heard nor seen the guide myself since then. I must assume he is still there on that foggy shore, waiting for desperate souls to seek out his light so that they may cross the lake of true darkness. Although I regret that I was not able to do more to protect these people, no one admonishes me for it. They seem sure that I did everything possible. I hope that is true, even if I cannot bring myself to believe it. Soon Bemele and I will return home, and we will once again take the long way around. My one piece in all of this is that Sinlos will be far behind me in a matter of days. I intend to keep it there. Okay. I guess that was it, because I chose to say nothing. Huh. So I'll have to restart it and skip through it to that one moment, and then I will choose to say we both should go in the next episode though, because this was pretty long for one episode, and we'll see what happens in the next episode, in which probably someone's gonna die, and hopefully it's not us. And so this is MadPanda signing out. If you like my content and you want to see more content like this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell for notifications. Once again, this is MadPanda signing out. See you later, guys.